What's going on, everyone? Mitchell here. Here's my prediction, as I promised a few days ago, of the 2019 National Basketball Association playoffs. It all started on Saturday with a couple upsets. Let's start with the bottom here. We got the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Brooklyn Nets, who are currently leading the series 1-0. That's currently going on right now. I don't know who's winning because I'm following the hockey game between the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs. And go Leafs! The Leafs just scored and they're up 2-1 with 6:36 left in the second period. We'll see what happens in that one. And I think Philly, they'll come back to win. For the two, they just have Joel Embiid. They have Ben Simmons, just an unbelievable lineup and chemistry. I think they'll come out behind them. And I think Toronto, I'm pulling out an upset with Orlando Magic beating them. Victor Oladipo's game-winning shot, three-pointer from all the way out there. It was unbelievably epic, and it was so cool to see a game one upset in the NBA, and I can't believe it happened. And I think they'll continue to do it, especially with Orlando being home after tonight's game. And if they especially won, that would be huge. If they went in 2-0 to that series, and I think it'll go 6 games if they win. Again, correct me if I'm wrong if this doesn't happen, but I'm really thinking they're gonna pull it out against the Toronto Raptors, because the Raptors always seem to fall out during the playoffs, even though they have a couple big name players like Lowry, but Lowry they just kind of slip away in the playoffs. Now for the top region, NBA, got the Boston Celtics pretty much pulling out a sweep against the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers didn't even seem to compete last night. Yesterday afternoon, if I definitely seem right on that one. I think the Celtics are just too good to be true. So I have them beating the Pacers as a sweep. And I also have my Milwaukee Bucks sweeping the Detroit Pistons. The game was definitely over at halftime. It wasn't even competitive. I think I have us beating them in 4 games, hopefully manhandily. And then, like my dad said last night when I called him during this game, he just said that the Bucks could get a lot of rest if they won this series 4-0, because it's very true, because they're going to run into tougher competition, just like maybe playing against the Boston Celtics if that's who they're matching up with in the Eastern Conference semifinals. There's a semifinal so far for the East. Now we'll head to the West. Got Golden State winning 4-1. I think LA will at least win one at home to get their fans excited for at least one. But the Splash Brothers, I got them getting the dubs there, and just in general, their team chemistry and versatility is back. I got the Houston Rockets. Don't know how many games yet. I'll have them winning, but I'll have them beating Utah, and that'll be a very interesting series. It wasn't apparently last night, as Houston won by probably 20-ish something, but I think it'll be a very interesting series. It's a rematch either last year or this year, don't remember, but regardless, I'm excited to watch some of this series because there's gonna be good players on both teams I'm excited to watch. Gordon Hayward still on the Utah Jazz, along with a potential NBA MVP this year. James Harden leading the Houston Rockets. We got the Portland Trailblazers, Oklahoma City Thunder. I got another upset. I got Russell Westbrook and Oklahoma City Thunder upsetting Portland. I think Portland might be a little overrated this year. I think it's time for another upset to happen in the NBA playoffs, and I got them winning. I think Denver's also going to come back. San Antonio will beat them only by a couple on Saturday. I think they'll rebound and win that series in at least 5 or 6 games, and against the Spurs. Now let's go back to the semifinals in the East. Milwaukee and Boston. This will be definitely a dogfight series. It would come down to 7. We unfortunately couldn't pull it out last year in Game 7 of the NBA first round, but I think we'll have the Bucks get the dubs this year, and we'll have us move on to the Eastern Conference semifinals for the first time since 2003, when we had Ray Allen at the Bradley Center at the time. I think it's going to be a dream come true, and I think we'll make the Eastern Conference semifinals in that game. So I'm really hoping we can beat Boston. Again, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to come to 6 or 7 games where we pull it out at home against the Celtics to move on to the conference finals historically. And with the 76ers kind of down, they lost the first game against Brooklyn. Orlando might give them chances to lay an egg again. I'm going with another upset. I'm going to have Orlando face the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I can't imagine if it happens because I'm playing the NBA conference. I'm playing the NBA playoff bracket challenge, so I'll be one of the only to get it right if this actually happened, which I do not think it's going to. But you never know. It's playoffs, and Orlando just has the lineup and the talent, and they barely made it, so this would be their Cinderella run in the NBA playoffs. Back to the West, I think it's more of a generic Western Conference Finals, but Golden State will be in, and then Oklahoma City will upset Denver. I don't know how many games. I would say probably 5 or 6 because Denver's kind of down this year. But again, if they have an up year, I think they're gonna move on to the finals. So let's change it to Denver to meet up with Golden State. We obviously know who's gonna make the finals in the West. They're just too loaded and talented. Stephen Curry and Steve Kerr's squad. I think Golden State's gonna make yet another NBA Finals. Unfortunately, I got my Milwaukee Bucks making the finals. I'm really hoping I'm right. You never know. I got them facing the Golden State Warriors. We get home court advantage, so we would even get home court in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, May 30th on ABC.